Now, it's been a tumultuous 7 days for British Prime Minister Theresa May, and now she's capped it off by telling Brexiteers within her government to support her plans or, quote, risk no Brexit at all. The comments come in the wake of the first official visit to the UK by President Trump, where he publicly criticised her strategy, and May saw resignations within her own cabinet. In another blow to the Prime Minister, a former minister publicly lambasted May's plan and called for a rerun of the Brexit referendum. And joining us live from London is your news correspondent Vincent McAviney. Vincent, clearly things are still difficult for Theresa May. Is there any likelihood that things will settle quite soon for her?
Good morning, Tessa. Well, Theresa May is probably waking up this morning relieved that President Trump's visit is over, but obviously keeping an eye on what he now says in Helsinki. She herself, though, is facing an incredibly difficult week as she fights for her Brexit proposals. Yesterday, in an interview, she did reveal the unique advice that President Trump had given to her. Let's have a listen.
I should sue the EU.
Sue the EU?
Sue the EU. Not go into negotiations, sue them. Actually, no.
Think about that for a second?
We're going into negotiations with them. But interestingly, what the President also said at that press conference was don't walk away.
Yeah.
Don't walk away from the negotiations because then you're stuck.
Well, on the Brexiteer side, Theresa May does seem to be facing a coordinated effort. There's a rumour of a WhatsApp group with around 100 MPs in it, and this drip attack on her. Last night, Robert Courts, an MP who is a junior ministerial aide in the Foreign Office, resigned from his position, saying that he had to think of who he would see in the mirror for the rest of his life. And on the Remain side, Justine Greening, the former education minister who quit Theresa May's government a couple of months ago, has called for a second referendum. But really now, all eyes are on what Boris Johnson does. He and David Davis both need to make resignation speeches in the House of Commons, but Boris is the critical one. He hasn't said anything for the past week, but Donald Trump has 3 times publicly endorsed him to be a good Prime Minister, even in front of Theresa May on Friday. Now, he's written for The Telegraph this morning saying that people need to believe in Brexit. But when he stands in the Commons, this could be a critical moment. And in the final days of Margaret Thatcher's premiership, Geoffrey Howe, her deputy prime minister, resigned and gave a speech criticising her on Europe, saying that she had scuppered her own team. We'll see whether Boris Johnson will be giving that kind of oratory in the House of Commons, which could lead to him really challenging Theresa May and possibly replacing her as prime minister.